Thank you so much, everybody, for being here to my fellow tech enthusiasts and guardians of the digital realm. So, today we are going to become knights of the keyboard. So, as we wield our tools of ethical QA to slay the dragons of bias and conquer the dungeons of dodgy code. So, let's explore together the challenges and opportunities of leveraging AI and machine learning for ethical, unbiased, and accountable software testing practices. So, of course, most of you are familiar with traditional testing tools. So, these one that I'm showing you are QA AI powered tools. So, you're free to take a screenshot if you want to know more about these ones. Um, the most beginner friendly among these is AI powered visual testing tool. So I'll show you. So it looks like this. So we have a baseline. So this is the UI of the design product, and we will upload a um the recently deployed UI. So it spots kung ano yung mga differences that we have, and mas mapapadali yung fixing of the UI. I actually am using ChatGPT and Gemini, which is formerly known as Bard. So I know a lot of people are also using this. So they are absolutely free, though I know ChatGPT has a paid version, which is more robust. But just also a tip, if you're using Gemini, so as a QA, if you're using Gemini, you have to be more creative with the prompts that you're using. So these are just the samples of how we can use it more effectively. So for example, you won't just type yung katulad na ginagawa natin sa Google that we just type, for example, Zoom bugs, and then it will give you very vague na ano a very vague view of what the bugs in Zoom are. So instead, be imaginative and creative in phrasing your prompts. So Gemini and ChatGPT and other AI powered tools can really help QA, especially with test case creation or understanding the requirements, lalo na if they are too complex. So, of course, AI and machine learning, they are a double-edged sword. So, on one hand, they offer incredible capabilities to enhance our testing practices. So, but on the other hand, we should also be mindful of the potential pitfalls. So, AI and machine learning are revolutionizing the testing landscape. So, they offer several advantages. One of them would be increased test coverage. So, AI, they can automate repetitive tasks. So it allows us, the QA professionals, to focus on higher level testing strategies. Another one is faster execution. So AI powered testing tools can run tests so much faster than manual approaches. So this leads to quicker feedbacks. And when we have quicker feedbacks, of course, the solution is also quicker. So we can solve or we can fix anything agad-agad because we have quicker results. Another one is data-driven insights. So machine learning algorithms, they can analyze large amounts of test data. So they can identify patterns, potential issues that might escape human testers. But of course, alongside the power that AI gives us, AI and machine learning that are giving us, so there is also significant peril. One of them would be bias in training data. So if the data that we used to train AI, and yes, we can train AI however we want it to do. So the resulting tests can be unfair and discriminatory. So example is a loan application. We're very familiar with loan applications. We've seen advertisements everywhere. For example, a loan app, uh, it is trained on a data set that favors a younger demographic. So this could lead to a lot of unfair rejections for older users. So it won't push through because we still have a lot of older population. So another one is the lack of explainability. So many AI models are black boxes. So it means that it's difficult to understand how they arrive at their conclusions. So paano siya nangyari? What are the results for? How did they come up with the results? Some AIs are like that, but meron din kasi tayong XAI or explainable AI. But yung karamihan ng AIs, they're like black boxes. And the last one, which a lot of people are thinking of, kasi we have movies about this, is the potential job displacement. So as AI automates more testing tasks, there's a concern that human QA professionals might be replaced. So that could be a valid fear, but as we go on, you would know that it might not be. So right now, I just want to show you a real world scenario. So we can call this the unethical filter. I know all of us are very familiar with social media, and before the advent of TikTok, marami ng um, photo filters or camera filters na lumabas before we even have TikTok. So this one is from an earlier time. It was also not mentioned what AI was used to do this, but let's call this the unethical filter. So there was a social media platform na they were excited to launch a new AI filter. So this automatically enhances photos. We're very familiar with this one. So the QA team focused, of course, on functionality. So they trained the AI model on a readily available data set. But unfortunately, the data set that was used are composed of light-skinned individuals. So when the filter was released, the consequence was that it significantly lightened the skin tone of users with darker complexions. So of course, this sparked accusations of bias, racism, discrimination. So I just want to show you na this highlights the importance of diverse and representative data sets so that we can train our AI models um, to our advantage. So being said that, we have the Ethical QA Champions Toolkit. So in today's world of AI-powered testing, the role of the QA professional is more important than ever. So QAs, they do checks before a product is to be released sa public. So, but being a great QA isn't just about finding bugs. So it's also about ensuring the ethical use of technology. So just like any skilled craftsperson, we need the right tools. Today, so we'll explore the essential tools every QA champion needs to navigate the complexities of AI testing. So first off is fairness. So for fairness, this is a tool na we ensure that there is no biased testing. So we advocate the use of very diverse data sets to train our AI models. So it could also prevent bias that could creep dun sa ating testing process. And katulad ng examples natin kanina, this could disadvantage a certain demographic if we don't ensure that we have fairness in as an ethical QA. Another one is transparency. So here we demand clear explanations for how AI models make decisions. I've mentioned yung explainable AI or XAI. So if you're not familiar with this, XAI, ano siya, it helps us understand the reasoning behind AI decisions. So, one good example that I can give is, for example, you have a robot, tapos inutusan mo siyang mag-bake ng cookies. So, you'll be providing the list of ingredients, yung heat settings that the robot will use. So the robot will give you yung result, the cookies. Sometimes burnt siya, susunog ang cookies natin. So, hindi lang niya ililive yun as, this is your cookies, they're burnt. They'll explain to you then what happened. Siguro yung heat settings mo, they're too high. Maybe next time we'll anuhin natin siya, let's adjust it to something lower, or the ingredients, yung flour, this will be the effect here, something like that. So it's very helpful and also very interesting. It's worth your time to delve more for about explainable AI. Another one is accountability. So we establish clear lines of responsibility when using AI in testing. So everyone is involved in the process, na understand natin yung ethical implications of AI and machine learning. So this also ensures that everybody is on the same page and potential issues can be addressed quickly and correctly. So yung last one natin is also very important. This is privacy. So we use a lot of data sets, especially when we're testing banking applications. So yung this holds yung tool to protect user data throughout the testing process. So we really champion for user privacy. We ensure that data is collected and stored, and of course, they have to be used responsibly and not shared with anywhere else. So, of course, we will not only be discussing what ethical QA is. Of course, we're also looking forward because the landscape of ethical QA, this is constantly evolving. And as AI and machine learning technologies continue to advance, so dapat our testing practices then they should be advancing. Um, these are suggestions in the future na I hope this can be done, or sana ma-incorporate siya in a lot of things. One is establishment of ethical guidelines for AI and machine learning testing practices. So, um, very prevalent na ang AI and machine learning na ginagamit natin for QA. So, I hope there would be clear guidelines para ma-ensure natin yung ethical testing practices. So, the guidelines might address um, yung bias training data or yung fairness across different demographics. And another one is yung integration of bias detection tools in QA workflows. So this would start sa development because as we know, spotting bugs is very expensive pag nasa production na siya. So we can detect bias sa start pa lang ng process natin. So this is very important then as an ethical QA. Another one is yung use of explainable AI models in testing. So I've mentioned this a while ago. It's very important that we know what the results of nung AI, yung pag-run ng AI natin, because it would help us in the future. It would help us in our future testing. Another one then is ethical auditing. So, yung ethical auditing, this is very similar to financial audits. So, ethical audits, this would assess AI and machine learning systems for potential risks and biases. Sorry about that. Um, so, this would involve independent reviewers or auditors. Tapos, we could have standardized procedures. I hope something would be created for this one because this is really important to have unbiased data na we can that na nakaka-affect sa pag-produce natin ng very useful and also unbiased products. And the last one, and I think this is very very important for our future testers. This is actually a long-term vision, but I hope that yung ethical QA is embedded in testing education and certification. So right now, we just have the concept of ethical QA, but we don't have it's not yet taught in school. We don't have certifications for this one. So aside from ISTQB, or I hope it can be incorporated in the certification sa ISTQB. So it builds awareness into the foundation field. So we can ensure na yung future QAs natin will promote responsible AI in their testing, and we have more future ethical QAs. So to copy something, so in conclusion, to copy something from our favorite Avenger. So with great AI power comes great ethical responsibility. So ethical QA is the key to unlock the full potential of AI in a responsible way. So there is no denying that AI is a game changer in quality assurance. But as I've said, we have to be responsible. Another one is yung fear natin of human QAs na replace. I don't think that human testers are replaceable because of the human factor. So humans have the intuition, common sense, and also problem solving skills. And of course, ethical QA is a team effort. This is a shared responsibility among development team members. So together, we can make sure that data quality is always paramount. AI models are only as good as the data that they are trained for. So together, let's push boundaries and deliver exceptional products. So I just want also to mention that I encourage everyone kasi currently we're hiring. So you can go to jobs at codev.com. So you can check that out. Do you have any questions?
So for everyone who wishes to ask questions directly to our speaker, Miss Joey, feel free to chat here in our chat box, and we reply accordingly. Anyone? Okay, here's one from Leo Marion. What usual issues do you run into when utilizing AI?
The
How do you answer
issues?
this?
Okay. Um, Usually, for automation, yung sa AI automated na, um, minsan there are errors that we can't explain, and we have to, parang instead of having a report why it happened, sometimes they're just showing it, and we have to delve pa more and use other tools to discover why it's happening.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Leo. Anyone else who wishes to ask something? Feel free to chat down in the chat box below. Guys. Okay. There we go. What are the challenges to transition to AI?
The challenges would be, of course, not everybody accepts AI. So they still have fears, as I've mentioned earlier. They fear na baka they would replace human testers. But another thing is, um, it sort of is very technical, so it doesn't cover yung user experience, how users really view the product. So that could be one of the one that could affect the decision making to really transition to AI. And I also don't believe na we can 100% transition to AI. We still need manual checking of things.
Okay. Here's another one from Joseph Suelto. How often do you use AI as a QA tester, and would you say it is a necessary tool in today's world?
Um, Almost every day. um I I can't really, it's necessary. It's we can we can make things easier. So we actually can live with that without it, but it makes our life easy. So instead of, for example, spending hours thinking of something, so you can consult an AI, and then don't don't trust in, not really don't trust, but you have to critically think then if everything really is usable or applicable to what you're currently doing.
Okay. So I guess it's a matter of working smart. Isn't that right, Joey?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Here's another one from Maki Lubrico. How can we assure stakeholders of the credibility of the results of AI testing?
We can assure them the credibility by, of course, presenting the data sets that we're using. So don't just so we have to also really review what are the data sets that we'll be using. We should have not everyone should agree, but we should also inform them what are the data sets that we'll use, tapos what would be the effect of this, what are the edge cases. So just give them the big picture.
Okay. Hope that answers your question, Sir Maki. Here we have from Angelica La Pastora. Do you have sources or references for further knowledge of ethical AI testing?
Yes, we do. I can actually share it after, but I search for I do have a lot of sources. LinkedIn also has a lot of sources. You can just type in what specific AI you're using, and a lot of people are sharing a lot of resources. So I've read that's where I discovered yung explainable AI. So I just forgot who I visited, pero you can type what type of AI you're looking for, and LinkedIn is very generous in sharing information about that.
Right. Um, Miss Maria Veronica Reyes, any advice to those who are still hesitant to use AI for QA testing or to use AI in general?
Um, you can always use the free versions first. So you can use Gemini, like what I've shown earlier. So it will help you a lot. You can also help validate the results that you have also there. And pwede ka din magtanong sa people who are already using AI about, of course, the powers that of how AI are assisting them currently.
All right. Here we have another one from Leo Marion. By the way, guys, if you have any more questions, just feel free to type them all. I think we can cater at least five more questions. Anyways, for Sir Leo, we have how does the QA process differ when dealing with AI models versus conventional software applications? That's interesting.
So it's basically the same, pero yung how fast we get the results, um, syempre with AI, it's faster. As I've said, it's faster. We get our results, yung mga feedback, we get them faster. And it leads to yung faster solutions then. We can present the results agad to our developers, and we can assess it sa konting amount of time. But it's basically the same, and we dapat din natin i-integrate yung manual there because yun nga, we have to know how AI, paano sila nakakome up with such results. But yeah, again, it's basically the same.
Right. Hope that answers the question. Um, Leo Marion says, last na po, how do you ensure the AI model is performing accurately and consistently?
So to ensure that we have accurate results, so we can use other AI models to compare the results if we're starting, if we do not know if this specific AI is giving us valid or yung tamang results. So we can always compare with other models and also compare it with what we found out as a manual tester.
All right. Okay, here we have from Maki Lubrico again. In terms of cost, how would it compare with other models?
AI, to be honest with you, is very expensive. They offer free trials. We also have open source, so they let you use it. Of course, dun sa open source, they let you use it. Kaya lang, ang pitfall lang niya is as a QA, you also have to have coding knowledge. So, kailangan mo siyang gawin na, I mean, you also have coding knowledge tapos mas It's harder to understand, but not impossible. So, yun, it's very expensive.
Right. There we go. We have John Cueto. Which model has been the most reliable so far in your experience?
I would think um I just saw it being done, yung explainable AI for me because yun nga, it's actually my favorite thing also to read about kasi they give you why the result is like this. They don't just leave the ano the results. So they also explain why, and kung ano yung super simple or yung super maliliit na details, they also explain why ganun yung nangyari, what can we do next time, or what are the things that we can adjust in our testing.
Right. Um, I hope Joe is able to answer all your questions. So it makes sense. It gives the details. Okay. Any more last questions, guys, before we wrap up? Oh, there we go. Oh, hi, Miss. We have to ask only for the link for application. Thank you. Oh, applying for the job. Oh, for everyone who wishes to apply at Codev, feel free to visit codev.com/careers, or just type in Codev anywhere and you'd be able to see our website. So yeah, I guess that wraps up all the questions they have though for the presentation. I'd like to thank you, Joey, again for sharing your insights, advices, and experience with QA, and of course integrating it with AI as well. I'm sure everyone here has learned a lot from it. Now, all right. So please do tune in to Codev's social media pages. Just type in Codev, you'll be able to see us there, and we will be updating our what do you call this? Our news and updates with regards to webinars next month. So this is going to be a monthly thing. This is just episode 2 for now, and hopefully by next month we'll be able to see you again. So thank you so much, guys. Again, thank you, Joey. Thank you, um, attendees. So yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, Oz. Thanks everybody.
Bye bye.